Welcome back to, or I should say, welcome to our first episode of Dead Cells, another roguelike similar to Binding of Isaac, Luck Be a Landlord. This one is more akin to Binding of Isaac, however, is an action side-scroller roguelike where goal is to survive and unlock more shit as we go, I guess. In this one, we're kind of... I don't know how to explain what the fuck we are, but we're something that just crawls from a pit every time we die. So whereas in Isaac, you just pick a new character and it's a new run, this one is truly deathless. You don't die. I mean, you do, but you don't. Um, that's a terrible first hit. There's multiple different stages. We'll kind of see that as we go through here. Hopefully I should make it to the first one on this video. I don't think I will die in the sewers, but you never know. There are staggers and stuff, so like when you hit people in the back, you can stagger them. You can already see that the movement is very... It's good for speedrunning, and we'll kind of see why that is here once we move on. Our first shop. I don't have any money to get anything. This is bad. Okay, here we go. Some food. We're gonna drop down here. Swing him that way. And then that's a terrible hit as well. Okay, this is fine. Everything is okay. Got our first scroll. So every weapon has a different type. Red, blue, green, brutality, tactics, survival. And when I upgrade a specific one, it'll upgrade a weapon. So if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, I have red and blue. So depending on which one I pick, it'll upgrade that specific weapon. I'm primarily using my sword at the moment, and it'll probably stay that way for a little while until I get a better bow. So we're just going to focus fire that one. It also changes how much health you get. I don't have 1,000 gold to open that, unfortunately. There's another weapon down there. I would actually prefer that weapon because it fits into what we already have with this brutality. And then up here, kill him, get a little bit more gold. Still not at the point that I want to be at. These are teleporters. They allow me to go back to places I've already been. Got another scroll. Here, since we're trying to get that weapon, I'm going to go ahead and take that. Nothing I can do down there. We'll just teleport back up, save ourselves probably no time whatsoever. And then this is Promenade. I don't want to go to the Promenade yet. Would like to get gold for that, so we'll try and clear this upper area. And there's 500 gold, which puts us over what we need to be at. Open the door with that. Now those blue things we're picking up are called cells. We'll see what those are once we go to the Promenade here. We got a wolf trap. This goes into my trigger slots, which allows me to, in this case, drop air traps that will stun lock an enemy for a set period of time, which when we get to a boss, if we get to a boss in this run, will be quite handy. 2 minutes and 40 seconds for that floor. So, every time you move to a floor, you have the option between a 2-minute door. In this case, if I completed the first level in under 2 minutes, I can open that door. And then a 30 kills door without taking damage. In the bottom right here, where's my mouse cursor? It's gone. Okay. Bottom right I also didn't grab that weapon. Fuck. Well, bottom right is how many enemies I've killed without taking damage. I'm up to 14 at the moment. So this is what cells are used for. Those blue things that I keep picking up. They upgrade different things. I can put them into like gold reserves, a blood sword, which I'm actually going to go down. Gold reserves isn't bad. It lets you bring gold in the next run after death. And then we're gonna take Leox here. This is just a mutation that saves me in case I die. And because I don't want this to be a 5-minute video, I'm gonna take that. Now we are in the promenade. I think I have 5 minutes to get through here. Hop down here, take out the shield. That guy gives everybody around him within a certain radius just immunity. So we're just going to drop him so that way we don't have to deal with that. Guy on the right's going to start pushing me, so we're just going to fire some arrows. Go. That was a good dodge there. Tactical roll. Dropped him on the spikes. And our goal here is just to not take damage as much as possible, which we already failed. Okay, so this is a scroll that only does one or the other. In this case, it's either blue or green. We have 2 blue weapons, so we'll go with 2 blues. Then we're gonna drop down here. The green guys charge you. It's not a big thing, but it's annoying. The pink ones will drop bombs at your location. The ones with the daggers kind of have a little teleport, so most mobs won't go up and down things like this. The ones with the daggers can teleport. So we're just going to try and murk those whenever we can. There's another sarcophagi that we can't do anything with. Okay, he just drops bombs. So yeah, obviously if you knock them off a ledge, that's a different story. They will, you know, go off a ledge when knocked, but... Then that guy is going to try and swing at me, so we're going to dodge him and then just arrow him down. I kind of glossed over when we were back in that other room, which I'll show you guys again here when we make it inevitably. But those are mutations. So the mutation I picked, which is not normally my first pick, though it's either your first pick or you don't pick it at all for that one, just makes it so I don't die the first time and instead I respawn with a set amount of health. These also give you HP bonuses. So, for example, the green one here gives me a bonus of plus 70. And you'll notice the green one doesn't affect any weapons because it's the same level as the purple, so it doesn't make a difference there. So we have 2 purples. We'll go purples. The platform. Drop him. Don't really have to aim with the bow too much. I mean, we do, but we don't. It'll kind of target enemies. And that was bad. Pop my health flask here. Okay. And let's see what's over here, if anything. In the promenade, there's a lot of areas that don't really have much for the Blair. You can get twin daggers. Would have had them a lot fucking cheaper if I had paid attention. But that's fine. We'll get twin daggers. Which just gives me a combo attack of sorts. Teleport back up. Oh no, I can't do anything with this. Whatever will I do? So this is an elite enemy. This is actually the first one we've seen. They are just stronger base enemies. But he goes down pretty quick. Got an unknown artifact. This is going to let me use vines. So I can create climbing vines out of stuff like this, which will let us get up to the next floor. Oop. If I get in this cutscene, then I can't get hurt there. We'll take red for my twins. It's almost bad. So these daggers give me burn when enemies die. So when I kill something, it drops a bunch of flames on the ground that if another enemy happens to walk through, just deals passive DOT damage over time. Alright. Gotta be careful here because they're gonna start dropping bombs on me. But we're good. And then another little area to explore. I already know I'm past the time, and I think it's 50 kills without taking damage. And I'm not going to be able to hit that before we hit the next entryway. You have a choice between an electro whip and an ice grenade. Let's take this. So that fills out my accessory slot quite nicely. Not accessory, but my equipment slot. There we go. Roll behind this guy. Roll under here. I'm up. Get everything behind. I know I'm not really using my equipment much, but they are super nice in sticky situations or just if I'm unsure about something. But there is... Yeah, I can't open that door yet. Yeah, because I need the sarcophagi to open that door. So there's multiple runes in this game that kind of allow for traveling and going to different areas. There's like 5 DLCs, and I think that's part of the reason why. Each DLC has like its own unique mechanic of sorts, or rune. So yeah, 8 minutes, so I was a minute over, and then 60, and I only had 31. But now we can go here. I don't really need the blood sword, so I'm not going to bother with unlocking it. We're gonna take this. That's just gold reserves, so when I die, I'll get gold back. And we'll go ahead and do recycling. And I have a single cell left, so we'll throw that in the blood sword. Reason why I held off on getting the blood sword, it will drop a blood sword for me, and I like my daggers more than I like the blood sword. So here's the mutations. Cannot be picked up after the first mutation. So once I grab it, like once I pass that first room, I can't grab it again. But we will grab... I think we'll go combo. And just rely on my ability to hit things. Now heal up my health flask. Essentially just a quick potion. Though I do have to hold it down for a period of time. So not the best in fights, much better outside of fights. And now we're on the ramparts. So we're on the top of the castle. Ignore them. And here's a forced elite fight. There we go. Got an artifact from it. What artifact is that? Ah! Custom mode. So I can now make custom, like, fights, which will probably be something we end up doing later on once I've kind of unlocked a bunch of stuff. Like, limiting it so I can only use one weapon or something like that, you know? Fun things like that. The only thing we haven't found anything of yet... That was almost bad. There we go. It's something to replace my prisoner's collar, which is a true accessory. It's not like an equipment or anything that is an accessory. So it just gives you passive bonuses. You're in one extra cell when... Oh. Come on. I've never actually seen that boon bonus before. But it's nice. Get some extra cells, and hopefully if I survive... we'll get something fun out of it. Here... I have blue. I have a single green. Kind of like the HP, so we'll take blue. Green would give me more HP, but... What's that? Order of the King. An order from the King, probably for his officers. Anyone presenting behavioral disorders or noticeably physical deteriorations must be imprisoned immediately. So me. Got it. Or I guess really anything here. None of these things are exactly in healthy condition. A chest. And a better bow. We take that. The other thing I unlocked there was that recycle ability you just saw. Anytime I trade out a weapon, I can recycle the old one to get some money back. So if I ever get something that's like really good that I want to replace with, I can trade in my old weapon slots. And whoop. That was almost bad. There we go. I'm gonna drink my potion here. Restore a bunch of my health. Just to teleport back up top. Because there's nothing down here for me. So this bow shoots 3 arrows instead of the typical 2. It also deals 50% more damage when I'm at max HP. I'm not at max, so that's not pertinent right now or really doing anything at all for me. But 3 arrows, 3 times the damage. A good dodge on that bow. Sometimes there's little gaps in walls that you can roll through, hence why I tried rolling there. We'll definitely take blue here, I think. Or I could take green. Gives me a lot more HP. Yeah, we'll take green. It also helps with my grenade. Speaking of my grenade, probably be using that. There we go. Okay. Alright. Let's not just hit me like that, please. And nothing here either. I could just be rushing through this and running to the next area, but man, it's better to loot everything, because you never know what you may find. We're just gonna bow him down. Easier. Up here. There we go. Lead up here. Did I kill him? No. He like turns invisible. Oh, there's an accessory. Ruby amulet. Jumping on an enemy stuns it. Downward smash attacks cover the ground with flammable oil. So now I'm double dipping on my... So now if I kill an enemy in that, or find a way to light that oil on fire, it's just going to do that much more to them. And I think we're getting close to the next area, which is nice. Nothing down there I can use or do anything with at the moment. And then we take red here all day. I think Ruby Amulet also lowers the health damage I take. Here's an all scroll, so we will take red. This is just funny. Plus it helps my bonus out, or my combo, which just lets me deal more damage over time. I think it's it's like 3% or something per hit, which isn't a lot, but in a game like this, every little bit matters. You'll also notice that as I am using like my grenade and my bear traps, there is a time delay between next use, so I can't just spam them over and over again. So I have a wolf trap 2, and he's selling me a 5, which deals more damage. A lot more damage. Deals more damage to covered in oil targets as well as electrified target. I might take tonic here. Replace my grenade. Because tonic's gonna heal me whenever I pop it, so it gives me like a little shield. And then I will upgrade my wolf trap. And I'm not gonna go down the rest of the way because I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be a just a teleporter back up. And if there are mobs down there, I don't want to run into them, frankly. Secret discovered. I got a gem. took damage there, which sucks. Ah, shield guy. You'll notice that my ranged weapons don't increase my combo multiplier. Each mutation has a different color, and that color also coordinates to what you upgrade. So red to red, green to green, blue to blue, or purple to purple. Black Bridge. This will be our first boss, and we'll see if we can actually beat him. I have 40 cells. I don't want gold reserves. What we'll do is we'll get this. And then I'm gonna start unlocking the random melee weapon. So, as you saw at the beginning, I had my starter sword, and then I also had the starter shield and bow. This will allow me to get any weapon, oh, pardon me, that I have unlocked at that point in time. We'll do that. So, Killer Instinct reduces my skill cooldown by a second every time I get a kill. It isn't going to be too pertinent at this next spot, because I know what's coming, but that's okay. The Concierge. This is our first actual boss fight. And this is why I mentioned the bear trap being quite helpful. Because I can just kind of stun lock him in an area. If I didn't, I really need to pop it more centralized rather than further away. Drink this. Take that. And he also can only look one way when I pop that on him. So if I get him walking a certain way. Come on. When he gets that red aura effect around him, he doesn't take any damage, or he deals damage for being too close to him. So I kind of want to stay away from him when he does that. Come on. There we go. I have only killed this guy a couple of times before, so... A gold tooth. A lot of gold teeth. Another unknown artifact. Daily challenge. Nice. I got a cudgel, which frankly just isn't worth it to me. I got a blueprint, and then a sinew slicer. So this one fires blades, but I don't think I'm going to want that. I think I prefer my wolf trap. Is that for killing him without taking damage? Yeah. So this guy will improve our gear. For cells. I'm not... I have better stuff to use my cells for at the moment. I mean, I don't have a lot, but... Hold the attack in for... oh, it's not bad. But I don't have the cells to get it. Let's just dump everything into this one. I should probably be upgrading my health flask. Oh, and I can't have any more mutations. I already have 3. Oh. So this is for later. I can either go to the Silt Village... or the Fractured Shrine. I think Silt Village is the intended route. Stilt Village. How long have we been going for? I can't even check. That's fine. Public message. Several identical messages all stamped with the King's seal. Citizens, anyone behaving strangely or manifesting signs of illness must be reported to the local patrol promptly and without exception. There's something written under one of the signs. Anyone. That means everyone. Ooh. Elite. We're gonna drop that. Oh. Golden Amulet 4, poisons enemies that wound you, dodging, plants a bomb. That's not worth it to me. An impressive board covered in papers tagging inscriptions and red yarn to link everything. A few sentences are readable among all of that. And that is why I remain convinced that malice doesn't exist, malaise doesn't exist. All the people on the island are simply pretending because they were paid for it. Would believe that they are really undead. Not me, that's for sure. However, did you know that our beloved queen is in fact a serpent? No, not surprising. Bed. Like a makeshift alarm system. That's how he knew I was coming in. Get an alarm system. What do you do? Are you even gonna find out? Nope. Ah, he summons little worm gremlin beastie things. I think this guy's like a cannoneer. I'm pretty sure he just shoots a cannonball. Take the HP here. Chest. We like chests. Another wolf trap. Same damage as mine. And then victims burn when they die, which I think is better. I do have something that does burning oil, but it's not consistent because I gotta slam the ground. Ah, he does shoot cannonballs that explode. New blueprint. Heart of Ice. We'll see if we actually get to that tonight or not. Ooh, fuck. That hurt quite a bit. Okay. Oh, back to the entrance. I didn't even see what was down there. Well, back down we go. Because there was a door over here with a key in it. Now we go back to the entrance. I guess opens that door for me, so I can actually progress. Another one of these. We'll take red. And then go through the door. Shop. Hello, shopkeep. Bull trap 6. And a tonic 6. It's a new laser 6. What does my current tonic do? Toxic cloud, burns the ground, covers the ground with the oil that burns, freezes nearby enemies. I think that's better than mine. And I mean, I have money, so it's worth it. You know, I've been playing a single player run, and this is further than I've gotten on my single player run. Well, there's that death. I fucking talked too much shit. The game's like, okay, we're gonna humble you. Ooh, no, 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 no. Never mind. I'm just bad. But we all need that anyways. And then we respawn back at the beginning, next to our little bag of cash, where this woman talks to us already. Back already? Seems like you've been having a rough time of it. Have you noticed how things seem to change every time you pass through? Just explaining the roguelike element. One can get thinking that the island is alive. It's quite ridiculous, wouldn't you say? Grab that money. And then we are back to starting again. This does change. It takes a couple runs for it to change. So we won't see the change right away here. But we will see it soon. Soon will not be on this video. Soon will be on the next. So, in that case, I wish you all a wonderful day, evening, night, whatever time of day it is for you. And I will catch you all in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good night.